Hi, Macarena. Good afternoon from India.
Hello, Rauf. Good morning from Spain. How are you?
I'm doing well. And how about you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with your community.
Thank you so much. So, could I know the weather in Spain right now?
So right
What's
now
the
it's very
season?
hot. The sun
Oh, it's
is shining on the sky. It's very hot.
the sun is burning. So here in India, it's summer. The
Hmm.
temperature is too high. I'm
Okay.
sweating
Okay.
because it's quite, afternoon.
Okay.
And when it winds here, I'll get a kind of breeze or a kind of relax. And yesterday it rained here, so it's
Okay.
almost good.
Drink water is important. For teachers like
We
us, it's
can't,
important to drink water.
yeah, drinking water is very important, but during this Ramadan, we can't drink anything during the daytime.
Ah, I know. Ramadan Mubarak for all the Muslims.
Thank you so much. And we we normally eat something after breaking the fast, maybe in the evening. So after
Yeah,
6:30
I know.
p.m., by the bang of Maghrib, we all sit together and we break the fast.
Okay.
So could I know about your education?
Yes, I'm a teacher. I'm English, French, and a Spanish teacher now. And I have been teaching 4 years from now. And I've got the students from all around the world. I like teaching and it's my passion.
So you are an international English teacher. Glad to
I
know
am.
that.
I am. Yes.
All right. So, how do you teach people around the world? What media or channel or application do you use for teaching people around the world?
These days, we are very lucky because the internet is all around and we've got many applications and platforms that we can use. So mainly I use Zoom or Skype.
Okay. What's most convenient or comfortable for you, Zoom or Skype?
To be honest, Skype
I think
or Google
people,
Meet as well.
people use Skype widely
I think so. Yes, at least all my students.
during this COVID-19, the pandemic, coronavirus. All
Yes.
people, education institutions
Mm-hmm.
converted or just changed into digital classroom or virtual classroom.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's quite easy to interact with people around the world on Zoom, in my opinion.
Indeed, indeed. We are very lucky. We have to use these platforms to learn from each other and join people through languages and through technology.
Right. So how many languages do you speak totally?
Let's take it now. I can speak at least 4 languages fluently: English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. And I'm learning more. I want to learn more. I really like languages. I'm passionate about them and culture. I
Very
think
good.
they are a tool for us to help us to get a good job, to meet people from all around the world, or to visit other countries.
Sure. Learning languages are really, interesting and fascinating, and it'll
Indeed.
access us to communicate with people around the
Mhm.
world. So
Exactly.
what language do you like the most among these four languages?
Well, I like all of them. Spanish is my mother tongue.
Mhm.
Spanish is very a rich language. I
Yeah.
like English, French. I like all of them. I haven't got a favorite because all the
Oh.
languages are like different
Yeah,
humans, but
it's
different
on
characteristics.
significance.
Yeah, they are different, and they involve a culture and a history, and all of them got something that is really nice. So I can't choose one.
Yeah, every language has its own beauty, its own importance.
Indeed, that's
But in
why.
my case,
Sorry.
I love English language very much rather than my mother tongue. My mother tongue is Malayalam, here the national language is Hindi, but I don't
Hindi.
speak Hindi perfectly. But English is my art and heart. It's just like my blood.
Lovely. English is a lovely language. It sounds
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So let's talk something about English language.
Of course.
Can you
Let's go.
tell me how do you teach people this particular language?
Well, first thing that we have to know with the English teaching is the base of all the students.
Yeah.
Are you starting from the very beginning, or are you an advanced student? Once we know that, we have to design a method, and from that point, from that level, work their way up to the top. Mainly for
So
me, the most important thing is to become communicative competent. That is, be able to communicate in different situations that we might find on our daily basis.
we have to start from the beginning, as per the learner's condition. So
Yes, yes,
we have to lay a foundation.
of course. From someone who is starting from the very beginning, my advice is for him or her to start with vocabulary, to group all those words according different topics, verbs, nouns, adjectives, and from that
Very good.
point try to build up sentences, and step
Yeah,
by step they will communicate. They will communicate.
definitely. So, teaching English will be based on English learners or their taste, their interest, their level. That is very important. There are three levels in English: basic, intermediate, and advanced. So
Yes,
if a learner approaches you, he or she is in a basic level, you will start with foundation, like basic, just
the
teaching them
basic.
vocabulary in the beginning classes. And what will you do after that? You will begin the class with vocabulary and you will teach many words. After that, what will you do? Can you please explain?
Well, once that we have set up all the bases, once the learner knows the grammar and vocabulary and grammar, that is basically, I always say that is how a language works. It's time to put it into context. What I will do is I will give that student a situation and I will say, okay, try to make up sentences now that you got the base for this situation. Let's imagine, let's go shopping. How could you ask for the price? How could you say that you prefer this t-shirt instead of this coat? So things like that. That could be what I would do.
So after concreting the vocabulary or word power, you will move on to sentence construction, sentence
In,
making. So it will be based on situations or context. I
yes.
really appreciate you because situational based conversation would definitely work, especially for the beginners.
Indeed, indeed. For the beginners, that's my advice. Focus on
Just
situational conversation.
yeah, just travel their mind, just bring their mind to a shopping mall, to a theater, to a beach, to a park, to a hospital, to a police station,
Indeed,
to a railway station, different situations. So creating situation among students is really important, and
it
they'll
is.
just imagine and picturize, visualize. So and they'll start speaking because without imagination a person cannot speak. So the student or the learner will just think about the place and he'll
In,
start speaking gradually.
yes, yes, yes. Creativity, being creative is the key for learning English and other language. Try to make up something in that situation. What would you do? There are many students that get stuck. They don't know what to say. But in order to avoid that, work on your creativity is fundamental.
Actually, people who are in basic level, they need classes. People who are intermediate or advanced level, they don't need much classes. They'll just make up everything their own, and they'll watch videos and they'll listen to a lot of podcasts, or they will create something themselves, and they'll start learning something themselves because they have the curiosity and they have the knowledge and they have the skill to learn by themselves. But
Yes.
as far as the beginner is concerned, we have to lay a foundation. Then only they'll be cope up with every situation in the daily life.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Macarena,
Sí. Macarena.
um, do games, music, and recreations fun will help the beginners to learn English faster or easier?
Of course, music, for example, is one of the things I recommend the most, just especially for learning vocabulary. So if the student got a favorite singer, my advice is you to go and download all the lyrics and try to translate them. So doing that, you will acquire all the vocabulary.
All right.
And of course, with films as well. Try to watch a film, put the subtitles, and try yourself and see what can you understand or what you cannot. And a step and in that way, the learning will be gradually, let's say.
You know, learning must be just like experiencing something, just surrounded by English language, or just live with people who can speak English. So, you know, there are four core skills in English. The first one is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And let me just put it in order: LSRW. Listening, reading, listening,
Reading.
LS speaking, LSR, R for reading, W for writing. So, you know, for the skill listening is major. It plays a crucial, so listening plays a crucial role in learning English. Not only English, but any language in the world.
Yeah, indeed.
So, you know, as a teacher, as we both are teachers, we have to give more opportunities to the learners for listening, you know, via podcasts, radio, TV
Yeah.
shows, or interviews, music
Interviews.
even.
Mhm. The internet now is plenty of resources that we can use to become autonomous learning. I always tell my students, make the most of that short times that you have in a day. On your way to work, try to listen to a podcast. Try to listen music in English. Try to listen to YouTube. That now I would like to say that we got our own YouTube channel. Mine is Languages Inside Out, and I make it with that aim, with the aim of helping my students to listen to the language and try to practice through YouTube, through podcasts. So yes, there are plenty of resources. My favorite is YouTube.
Yeah, using YouTube, one one can develop his speaking skills and all the skills. So, you know, speaking is quite important.
It is.
A person who listens a lot will be able to speak English. So, what to do to create situations to speak English? Just talk to people who can speak English. So, if we talk to people who speak English very well, or if they have good command over English, our English will automatically change. We will imitate them and we will follow their accent, their pronunciation, their fluency, and the flow. So if Macarena teaches the students, they'll follow you. They'll try to imitate you, especially the young hearts.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. So to try to practice your speaking skills, there are many ways as well. You can try to find a partner on the internet. There are many apps that will help you to do that. For example, one of them is Tandem. Tandem is an application where you can find your language partner to make a language exchange. Try to be constant and diligent and speak with them every single day about whatever topic, so you will be practicing. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. The thing is practice, practice, speak, speak. And when you are speaking, you will realize of your own mistakes, and that will mean that you are improving. Also, you can practice with your teachers like Rauf and me, and you can practice even by your own. I remember that I used to do this when I was an adolescent and I was learning. I used to practice in front of the mirror. Try to practice in front of the mirror or record yourself with your own mobile phone. So you will see yourself and how you speak, how you move the mouth, and that is very enriching for sure.
Marvelous.
Those are my tips.
Before years, I used to tell or suggest people to just stand before a mirror and talk to yourself. So you can see the reflection, or you can see the picture on the screen or the mirror. But now this digitalized world, I don't tell the people to look at the mirror, but we can make use of mobile phone. So there is an excellent method to practice English oneself. So
Yes.
if I'm going to practice English myself, just take my mobile phone. I want to take my mobile phone, and what to do? Just open the video and make it selfie mode, then talk. I can see my expressions, my eye contact, my body language, and how much I speak. If I want to verify or check, I can just record it. After some time, I can just play, and I can realize the reality, what was going on, or what was the mistake that happened in my speaking. So, or we can even imagine a person is standing before us, and we can just communicate just like, hi, hello, how are you? I'm doing well. And what about you? I'm also pretty good. Where are you going? I'm going to market. This kinds of communication will work definitely on mobile phone. So
Indeed, indeed.
yeah. So talking to ourselves maybe it may be boring. So I would suggest people to have company, to have a pair or a partner to speak English on telephone or on any virtual platforms. If it is a video call, it could be more convenient, more effective. So if we see people and talk, it could be more fruitful, so that we can understand each
I
other. We can
agree.
see
I
each
totally agree.
expression.
You're right. I totally
Do-
agree. And to acquire that rhythm, it's important for students to know that the English got a rhythm behind, like music, and then words come on that rhythm. So once you acquire that rhythm, you will acquire it listening and speaking. Your English will be fluent, will become fluent, and you will become a better speaker.
yeah, there are many factors to be taken care of. We have to consider a lot of facts in English, not only
Yes.
basic or the sentence structure or anything, but
No, many
rather
things.
than pronunciation and the vocabulary and the complex sentences, or uh, different types of sentences. So how will a learner be able to construct sentences? Do you have any method for teaching sentence construction or anything? Do you have any idea about it?
I always talk about building sentences, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. I
So
always tell my student that they follow the same pattern: subject, verb, object, simple sentences. Then, when you make questions, try to put the auxiliary before, and the subject, and then the verb. No, and I always tell them that it is like a jigsaw puzzle. I love jigsaw puzzles. I like to make a metaphor in which those pieces go together, and if you won't put those pieces together, language won't work. So that's the method. Of course, in order to build sentences well, properly, practice activities are essential. Practice grammar. There are many good pages on the internet where you can practice grammar, how to build up sentences. So the more you practice, the easier it will become for you to build up sentences.
All right. So when I teach, especially the beginners, I will just focus on the auxiliary verbs. I will teach am, is, or the usages. I never teach them the grammar directly, but I'll give them examples and I'll them opportunities to create different sentences, giving different patterns. So, auxiliary verbs will definitely help them to create simple and easy sentences. Even the basic learners or the beginners can cope up with it and they can easily follow. So, for example, shall or should, will, would, can, could, have, has, had, do, does,
Yeah,
did. If a beginner learns these all auxiliary verbs, he or she will be able to communicate in English a little bit, and
yes,
he or she will be able to construct positive sentences, negative sentences, questions, two types, yes or no question, and WH question.
indeed. I totally agree with
So,
you.
yeah, if it is an advanced English learner or intermediate English learner, I won't teach them these all things because these stuffs might be by hearted or just swallowed earlier. So I'll just focus patterns, sentence patterns. That is an excellent method that I developed. And I
I
practiced
totally
this and
agree.
I trained many people, teachers, foreigners, students, children, many people. So they were very satisfied with that and they were very happy with that pattern. And that I have given a name for that. Pets,
Yes,
PETS, pets, practical English through structures. So
that's nice.
we yeah, so practical English through structures means if I give you an example, for example, how to means something to do in a particular situation. If you want to do something that is necessary, you can say, I have to. For example, if I create a
Indeed.
sentence, I have to go, I have to call my dad, I have to cut vegetables this afternoon, I have
Yeah,
to break the fasting this evening. So, have to will help us to create thousands of sentences. So, this kind of patterns are, around hundreds of patterns. So, if the intermediate learner or the advanced learner studies these all patterns, they'll be definitely able to communicate in English in a perfect, in a clear way without mistakes.
that's a nice method. I like it. Very good.
So, how do you interact or how do you deal with intermediate or advanced level learners?
Well, now that level is another level. From that point onwards, it means that you have the base, that you got the skill to be able
Yeah,
to keep a conversation and
yeah,
to communicate. So from that point onward, it's time to perfectionate and to become bilingual.
yeah,
In order to do that, what I advise is to be in contact with English every single day, but formal English. That can be through podcasts, for example. Try to listen up podcasts about whatever topic every single week. Be in contact with new expressions, with the slang words, and the more or formal expressions, and of course, put them in context,
yeah.
in conversation, in practice. It's
At
time
the same
to,
time, at
yeah,
the same
take,
time, we can just give them activities for video presentation. It will be quite interesting for the advanced level learners, and we can just
Yes.
suggest them some topics or situations or conversation or anything. Just like this, they will just shoot video on their own mobile phone and they'll send
Yes.
us, then we can verify the video and their communication skills and their accent, their fluency, their body language, their
Yeah.
expression, their sentence
The
pattern,
expression,
everything.
of course. Of
Yeah.
course, of course. I totally
It's,
agree. That is another level. And as I said to them, it's time for you to become bilingual and practice every day, focus, have motivation to get there. And whenever you reach the point that you speak English without thinking, as we do, now you can say that you are bilingual and you will have reached your aim. And from that point, you will listen to English as you are listening to your mother tongue, and um, English will be
oh,
very easy for you.
yeah, obviously, you're right. I totally agree with you. Language must be learned only through mother tongue. If you would like to learn Hindi, you can learn only through your mother tongue. It's very
Yes,
important. So,
yes,
if a person teaches you English in your own language, you will have more emotion, you will have more feelings, and many more. You can understand it easily. So, English to English, it's really difficult for the beginners. So, I always prefer teaching
yes,
English through mother tongue. So we can include more expressions, we can include more sentence patterns, we can include more daily useful sentences. We can give some sentences ready made. Some sentences must be stored in brain. Like, if you meet a person, you will say automatically, you'll say, "Hi, nice to meet you. How are you? What's your name?" These questions
yes,
are coming from our brain automatically. If you want to say something more, you may think. If you are a not native English speaker, you may think in your language and you will convert. So, conversion or the transaction is taking place in our brain.
yes,
So, as per Noam Chomsky, American linguist, he said, a language must be acquired only through mother tongue. And there is a device in our brain that is LAD, LAD, language acquisition device. So, I think we have to feed the brain with full of sentence expressions, daily
yes.
expressions. For example,
Indeed, you can make the
if you,
link. Hmm.
yeah, if you meet me after a long time, I can say, "Oh, Macarena, long time no see. Where have you been?" Like that, some kinds of sentence constructions or expressions must be by hearted.
Yes, I totally agree with you. It's important to make that link with your mother tongue. And
Yeah.
once you make that link with your mother tongue, you can acquire a second language. And once you have acquired a second language, it will be much easier, from my own experience, to acquire the third language. In my brain, I can speak several languages fluently. What I have is like different boxes. One is from Spanish, the other one is for French, and the other one is from English. No, so the words are coming to the boxes, and I link them to the three languages automatically in my brain. And that is super interesting how our brain can works, and when we speak different languages, and how we learn to express different things in different languages. I can come out now with an example. For example, in Spanish, in English we say I am 27 years old. We use the verb to be. However, in Spanish we use the verb to have. Tengo 27 años. So there are differences that you will learn then, making that link with your mother tongue.
So, English learning must be just like natural. Always,
Yeah.
it should be just like experiencing. Just,
Mhm.
we must not be taken much effort or struggle. So we don't have to feel, we never feel that we are learning or we are teaching, just like having fun, having entertainment, having enjoyable activities, just like recreations or puzzle games, music and films. So we have to live in English language, then it will be very easy. We have to a romantic
Yes.
feeling towards English language.
We can conclude saying that
Yeah,
it's almost the time of this lovely meeting. I can say that yes, we have to enjoy the learning
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
something that will never end. So we have to
You know,
enjoy it.
how I learned English is very important. I had a, I had a, I had a lover. I loved, I loved her very much, more than everything.
I
So
can see you're a passionate teacher.
yeah, I loved very much that my lover was English language. I had a romantic feeling towards English language since my childhood. So, I'm
That's
speaking
fantastic.
now quite satisfactory. I don't know, but
Mm.
you can at least understand me. You can at least follow me. And so I'm asking you different questions spontaneously. Why? I practiced a lot. I talked with many foreigners, many native English speakers, and I listened radio programs continuously. And alternatively, I read newspaper and I refer
Yeah,
to Google, Encyclopedia, and the internet, many more. So, I have spent much time and much money for learning English.
mhm.
Still, I'm not perfect. Still, I'm not happy. Still, I'm learning as a student. So, English learning process is just like swimming in the sea. If you start from the seashore, the swimming, you will never reach at the end.
Okay. I can see that there is almost 1 minute for this meeting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
it has been
So
a pleasure of being here with you.
yeah, it will be ending soon, so you can rejoin and we can just conclude it. If you have time, we can
Yeah.
conclude it after 1 minute. It will be just disconnecting now. No problem.
Yeah.
So, Macarena, you have been teaching English for long years, around 10 years.
Yes.
So, you might see a lot of English learners in different levels. So,
Yes.
what are the problems or challenges they normally have?
The main problem, I would say, is the lack of diligence, the lack of work, not be
Lack of
constant enough,
confidence.
confident, not be constant enough for
Mhm.
studying English every day, and
Yeah.
the lack of motivation, and they feel embarrassed sometimes, and that's not good.
Lack of constant practice. Some people will come and join our course and they will go tomorrow. They will
And they
just
will
practice
quit
for few
the other
few
day.
days, then they will quit.
Yes, yes,
They
that's
will
it.
never learn English.
Yes, that's
We
what I
have to
would.
we have to have constant practice.
Indeed, that's the key in
Yeah.
everything, to be constant.
Lack of confidence is really a great problem that pulling them back
Yes.
to speak English. So what do you do normally for making them motivated to get much confidence?
Well,
How to make them confident?
I would say that first thing that they have to find is the reason. Why do you want to learn English? What's your reason behind? And once you find that, if it is strong enough, you will learn. And if you feel embarrassed, don't be. We have to make mistakes. We live in a society in which making mistakes is not good. No, it's not positive. But I think that is not a good approach. We have to make mistakes to learn. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Learn from them, and I guarantee you that you will speak perfect English in no time, in a short time.
So this process will be taking place according to their intense desire. If they have burning desire in their heart, they learn English very faster. If they don't have interest, or they don't have curiosity, or they don't have the need, they can't learn.
Indeed, that's it. That is what I say. That's all.
Oh, okay. So, some people would say, um, when they speak, when they start speaking, they feel like block in their words, in their sentence. They can't get the words or sentence. So, how can we tackle this problem? Do you have any idea?
Practice makes
Yeah.
perfect. Don't be afraid of make mistakes. Practice it every day. And if you feel blocked, do it again. Breathe,
Yeah.
take your time, think about what you want to say
Yeah.
over and over again, and that problem will
Mhm.
disappear.
Some students, they are fear of mistakes. They are much conscious. They are much anxiety about their mistakes. When they start speaking, they will feel like they are going to commit mistakes, and what will other people think, and what will others feel. So, these kinds of insecurity, or these kinds of feelings will withdraw them in speaking English. So what do you think about them? How to tackle them? These kinds of uh, ego.
Again,
This is a kind of disease, a kind of mental condition, that what will other people think if I speak like this? What will other people think? They have that feeling.
that is a feeling of confidence, of lack of confidence. Again, that you have to work on your confidence,
Yeah.
and that's it. Work on your confidence, practicing, believing that you can do it. Think about all the things that you have get before, and
Yeah.
English would be just another obstacle that you would pass very soon.
Yeah. Karina, thank you so much for joining today's talk show conducted by Gesto International. And we will
Been a
see
pleasure.
another time with another beautiful topic and stunning, informative subject for the viewers. So, had a great time with you, talking with you.
Me too. Thank you to you and to all your community for watching us. They will find me in my YouTube channel, Languages Inside Out. They can find the description the link. I will be there putting my knowledge to all our student service. And I hope to see you very soon for another beautiful topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.